Hi guys, welcome back. Wow, it's Friday already. Time go by so fast, y'all. It's amazing. But we are here in a part 2 of this Tipsy Would You Rather challenge that I started yesterday. I did part 1 yesterday, and today we're going to do part 2. You guys feel free to join me. Feel free to join in, you guys, and answer the questions alongside with me and toast. So as promised, I am back. I had to get me some grapefruit to kind of like give me a boost. Today has been a long day, you guys, at the hospital, but it went by really quickly. I stopped and got me some Floridian grapefruit. Hello, Anthony, and hello, Dwayne. Yes, grapefruit is awesome. So this comes from Florida. At least that's what the label says here. Oh, and it's juicy. I grew up eating grapefruit, being from Florida. So this definitely reminds me of home. Cheers. So let's jump right in. So this is 100 would you rather questions. I did 50 yesterday. Starting with 51. Would you rather live where it's constantly winter or where it's constantly summer? Constantly? Now, granted, I like all 4 seasons, but constantly winter? Nah, I can't do that. I think I would rather live where it's constantly summer. Or even constantly spring. That would be perfect. Or even constantly fall. You say winter? Winter, yo. You crazy. I like the snow, but I don't think I like it that much for it to be constantly snowing. Because we need, like, I understand the need for vitamin D coming from the sun, natural vitamin D. We need that. It's a necessity. Living in a place where it's constantly winter would not be good for you biologically. Even psychologically speaking, a lot of people experience seasonal affective disorder when it is cold as the weather changes and the temperature drops. So it would really be good, I think, for you, health-wise. Would you rather travel the U.S. and see the sights in a motorhome or by plane? In a motorhome. Because if you're going to travel the U.S., I mean, if you're going to travel the U.S. by plane, you're going to skip over a lot of those little nooks and crannies. Those little small, unknown towns, right? No man's land. So I think it's better, you cover more ground when you're actually driving than flying on an airplane, right? You get to see more, I would say. Up close and personal. Would you rather... I'm from the South. Don't like the cold. Summer, I was born in June. Originally from North Carolina. But now you live in Connecticut. Dwayne, where you live? Remind me. Would you rather be a little late or way too early? Way too early. Because I have a respective time. A lot of people don't, though. Even in the professional corporate world, people don't even have a respect for time. They start late, show up late. I don't like that. So I'd rather be way too early. That way you're not rushing. You're not anxious or nothing. You get time to just like relax, get there, get settled in, you know. Would you rather have an unlimited gift certificate to a restaurant or a clothing store? That's a hard one. But I may have to go with clothing store because if it's unlimited, at some point you're going to get tired of the food, right? At the same restaurant. But clothes, like, they have so many different trends, so many different fashions that come and go. Like, it's waves with fashion. So I would rather have an unlimited gift card at a clothing store. Would you rather date someone you met online or go on a blind date? My mom's from Connecticut. Clothing store. I work in the food business most of the time. Yeah, what do you do? Alright. Take a sip. Yeah, what was that? Would you rather date someone you met online or go on a blind date? Well, I thought that meeting someone, like, you meet someone online, right? Or you go on a date with someone that you met online. Is that a blind date? I thought that was considered a blind date. Because, I mean, you never met this person. Granted, you've seen them, like, pictures of them. Now we got video, so I guess it's really not blind if you see each other on video before you actually meet in person. That's highly recommended. I think I would rather go on a date with someone I met online. Blind date, hell no. Because I'm picky. Like, I'm very particular. If I don't like you, you're going to know I don't like you. There ain't going to be no secret. Ain't going to be no question about it. You know, I feel like, hey, put it on the table. You're going to know that I'm not attracted to you. And I've told guys directly, like, I'm not attracted to you. But I'm sure that someone is, and you will find someone. Don't take it personal. Everyone has their own personal attraction. Shit. Y'all may look at me and not be attracted to me. I'm not going to take it personal. Because everyone has, like, their own taste. Right? You're a dishwasher, prep, line cook. Would you rather your kids wear a uniform to school or clothing of their choice? Well, I don't have kids, but when I do, uniform. I don't know about that. I don't think I would want to wear a uniform to school. So why would I put my child through something like that? I wouldn't want to do it. I would want them to be able to express themselves however they choose, right? Like, especially when they are in, like, middle school, but even before they reach middle school age, even elementary, children are, like, exploring their identity, getting to know, like, who they are. And that's important. I think that's an important phase of their development. And to make them wear a uniform, it kind of robs them of their autonomy. So I would definitely prefer my kids to wear clothing of their own choice. It says a lot about them. How they dress says a lot about them. And I want to get to know, like, my kid. Let them pick out what they want. Because they're telling you, they're communicating things about themselves just by the clothing that they pick out. Why would you take that away from them? Camacho's Garage Restaurant in New Haven. Taqueria Ancho. Guacamole's authentic Mexican cuisine. Somebody just sent me a message. I just got out of jail last week. Stop your lying. I know you fucking lying. I'm not working yet. Because I think I seen you on my videos before. You just got out of jail last week? I could have sworn I seen you, like, before last week. Commenting on my page or interacting with my page. I know they have, like, I know they be having cell phones in prison. I know that. I worked at a prison, so I know. I've seen it with my own eyes. But just got out of jail last week. I'm not working yet. Those were most recent employers. Thing about jail, you got a jail, right? Not prison. I was gonna say, when you like have been sentenced, right, and you're coming out of jail, you do your time, right, after you've been sentenced, do your time in prison. You get, as you're like planning for discharge, they supposed to like help you find, you know, link you to different resources. It's part of the discharge plan. That would include like housing, a job, things like that. Blaze Pizza, Jordan's Furniture Building. All right. Next one. Would you rather have many good friends or one very best friend? Yeah, my words are all fucking twisted up. I'm not even tipsy yet. I would rather have one very best friend and a few good associates. I think you get to a certain age, I know I do. I think you reach a certain age, you don't really need friends like you did when you were like younger. Like as a teenager, you kind of wanted all these friends to just belong to a group, I guess. For me, I always been like kind of to myself. So I was a leader attracting a bunch of people, right? In that sense. But it still kind of fed my need, my desire to belong, right? Because I think we all naturally have an innate desire, motivation to kind of fit in with a group, whether we are the leader or we are just joining a group. But yeah, I think, yeah. Would you rather live in Antarctica or the Sahara Desert? Sahara Desert. That's kind of similar to the first question. Would you rather live in a place where it is cold constantly or hot? Would you rather be able to take back anything you say or hear every conversation around you? I think we already have the ability to hear every conversation. Why wouldn't you be able to hear every conversation? You're in a halfway house right now. You've been gone for 9 months. You were in jail or prison. There is a difference. Like jail is like where you go. It's like a holding place until you get sentenced. Or maybe when after you get like do your time in a prison, you get released and they may send you back to jail. It's like transitional. You keep saying both, but say more. It doesn't really clear up my question. Yeah, I feel like we already have the ability to hear like every conversation around us. Right? Through eavesdropping. So would you rather be 4'5" or 7'7"? 7'7"? Oh, I couldn't imagine what it's like being short. I'm 5'8". And I'm taller than like a lot of people. I noticed that. When I survey a room or anywhere I go in public, I'm usually taller than most people. But there are a lot of tall ass white men out here where I live. I've noticed that too. But most of the white women out here where I live, I'm taller than them. But I think most of the men, they're taller than me. Would you rather be poor and work at a job you love or rich and work at a job you hate? I say rich and work at a job I hate, so to speak, because like I said before, I can find the silver lining in anything. So even the most detestable job, I will make it a great job, okay? Now, dealing with like shit or things that are like nasty like that, nah, I would never take a job. I don't never say never, right? But I would definitely want to work a job like that, where you cleaning up other people's shit. You say money will make up the difference. You'd rather be 7'7". Dwayne, you mighty quiet. You just observing, huh? Alright. Would you rather have your flight delayed by 8 hours or lose your luggage? Lose my luggage. Well, I guess it depends on what's in the luggage, right? But I never really check my luggage. I never really check my luggage. I always have a carry-on. I feel like, for what? Why travel with all that shit? I don't understand why people do that. Unless you have to, right? But I don't see what situation where I would have to, like, check a whole luggage, right? And then bring a whole carry-on of luggage. Like, that's too much shit. What do you need that for? So, I usually have, like, you know, one of those roller luggages that you can, like, just store on the plane above your seat. And that's sufficient. And I just pack my shit in there, you know? And you can fit, like, a good 1 week's worth of clothing in there. And I feel like if anything that I need when I get to my destination, I'll just buy it. That's my rationale. I ain't traveling with all that shit. Carrying all that bullshit. Hell no. So if I was to lose my luggage, I feel like it's just clothes. Nothing else in that shit, but just clothes, right? Would you rather be in your pajamas or a suit all day? Suit all day. I don't even wear pajamas. To be honest. I sleep in the clothes that I wear during the day. Little odd fact about me. I do. That's weird, huh? Sleeping in your clothes that you wear like this. I'm sleeping in this. I don't wear pajamas. I'm gangster like that. But yeah, I feel like wearing a suit all day, it just gives you a sense of pride and importance, you know? Wearing pajamas can be very depressing if you wear that shit all day. Nah, I can't do that. Would you rather have your first child when you are 18 or 40? Well, look like for me, I'm going to be 40. Some questions are like too good to be true. The question was, would you rather be in your pajamas or a suit all day? I said suit all day. You'd rather lose luggage, you can buy more clothes. Exactly. Not time. Right. Because, yeah, like, who the hell want to be delayed, have a flight delayed for 8 hours just sitting at the airport? Those chairs are very uncomfortable, too. Now, unless they're going to give me a complete refund, which they're probably not going to do. If the flight is delayed, it's going to just be waiting for a goddamn flight. I don't know. Depending on where you are, because you can probably just leave the airport and go somewhere and do something with those 8 hours. I don't know. But I think that would fuck you. It depends on, like, where you're headed, right? If you are on a business trip and you have a certain place, a destination to get to at a certain time, that same day, like, of your flight, can fuck shit up, right? Throw everything off. Would you rather be the star player on a losing basketball team or ride the bench on a winning one? Oh, going back to the other question, would you rather have your first child when you're 18 or 40? I say 40. And I think that didn't happen by just coincidence that I don't have children. That's like deliberate. Not that I take birth control, but my birth control is just like looking at other women, baby mamas, and that drama, and me just putting myself in like time out sexually, not having sex. And then also the universe protecting me too. You ready to make this happen? Yeah, I think I am about ready to have kids though. Yeah, I'm 38. I'm not 40 yet. I'll be 40 in 2023. Yeah. Would you rather be the star player on a losing basketball team or ride the bench on a winning one? Ride the bench on a winning one. Who the hell want to be a part of a losing team? Star player on a losing team? But then again, if you are the star player on a losing team, I don't know. That would be a huge ego trip for me. Would you rather spend the next year exempt from all taxes or have a 1-month paid vacation? Exempt from all taxes. That's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? If you don't have to pay taxes for one entire year, taxes is what, about good 20% of your income? Shit, if not 30%, depending on what kind of income you have. Whether you're an employee or if you are like self-employed or LLC, right? Because those taxes look different depending on how your how you file. But if you don't have to pay taxes, you can just use the money that you're not paying taxes with to take more than probably a 1-month paid vacation. All right. You say paid vacation. You can switch teams later. Oh, I like the way you think, right? So if you are like a star player on a winning team, most likely, right, you can get traded. Yeah, to a winning team. See, I'm not really a sports person, so I wasn't thinking along those lines. You're 41. Would you rather have the best house in a bad neighborhood or the worst house in a good neighborhood? Yo, these questions. I don't know. I think a good neighborhood. Because I will make my house great no matter where I live. But I think the neighborhood does matter too. Like, you know, when I was choosing where I wanted to live here in New York City, the neighborhood itself was a big factor, right, in my decision-making process. Because I'm like, listen, I am finishing up my doctoral studies. So I want to live in a place that, you know, I know New York City overall is pretty like kind of loud and busy and bustling, but I don't need no fucking ratchet shit happening outside my apartment. You know, loud, too loud, like ghetto. You know, you got fucking crime, people on drugs. Nah. I knew that for sure because I had toured a lot of different apartments across New York City before I chose this neighborhood where I live at now. In Upper East Side. I was in Lower Manhattan. I think that's like, I think I was like Lower East Side. I was in Brooklyn. I was all over. Even some high-end neighborhoods in Brooklyn. But even the high-end neighborhood, I can't remember the name. I think I made a video on it, though. Cannot remember the name. I can recognize the name, though. But the neighborhood was nice, but the apartment, the stairs were crickety crack. I'm like, oh no. But yeah, like I saw this brand new apartment in Lower East Side also. It had like everything brand new. Literally, it was brand new. New appliances, everything in the place. They had wash and dry on the inside, but on the outside there was a homeless like encampment, right? And they had like a whole bed across the street from the building. I'm like, I can't live in it. I walked around because I like to make sure, like, check out the neighborhood to see where the hell, you know, I'm going to be living. I walk around the neighborhood and it's like people standing outside, you know, doing drugs and shit. Nah, buddy. I can't do that. But I always say that New York City altogether, like all over New York City is the hood. Literally, I don't care what neighborhood you in. You can be in the most affluent neighborhood and you're going to see homeless people. But it's a question as to what extent, right, will you see that kind of activity happening, you know. But it does matter. It affects your quality of life, I think, you know, by what you surround yourself around. I did want to be around black people, don't get me wrong. But it's just, unfortunately, like, you don't really have like an upscale black neighborhood in New York. Or do you? I think you, well, Canarsie, I think, from what I heard, is more like where the high income earning black people live. It's like a residential, you know, neighborhood with homes. But that shit way out there. I don't want to live way out there on goddamn Canarsie and Brooklyn. That shit way out there. I like to live where the action is. So I really love where I live in Upper East Side. It's a decent neighborhood. Definitely high income earners here. Like the median income here is, I think, $122,000, and the average is like $226,000. In my zip code where I live, right? And it's like multi-million-dollar condos, you know, nice apartments. It's good. The people, it's like family oriented. You know, husband, wife, kid, dog, all that shit. So it's cool. It works for me. How about you guys? In a black neighborhood, you say gentrification will come and the market value for the home will go up. That's happening everywhere. You said they're going to try to rob the best house in a bad neighborhood. Don't end up a lick. Nah. I think people know who to rob. Be scoping you out. Scoping your shit out. The worst house and a bad one, I can fix it up. Yep. That's one way to look at it, I guess. But the question wasn't if you would choose the worst house in a bad neighborhood. It's the worst house in a good neighborhood. Or the best house in a bad neighborhood. Alright, would you rather be filthy rich and live 400 years ago, or be poor but live today? What? Be poor but live today? Be filthy rich and live 400 years ago. Hell yeah. Would you rather be gossiped about or never talked about at all? It's one thing to be gossiped about. I feel like that's really not that bad. People are going to talk anyway, so that's a given. People are going to talk about you regardless. But to be lied on, that's a whole nother fucking type of gossip right there. To be lied on, and also for people to start rumors about you. But I think that comes with the territory also of being like famous too. So it's pretty much asking, would you rather be famous or a nobody? I like being discreet. It's one of the reasons why I moved to New York. Because nobody knows me. Well, nobody knew me when I moved. But then, people like New Yorkers are very sociable. So, even if you try to be like really low key, and it's not really, you really can't be isolated in New York though. It's kind of impossible. The only way you can do that is if you don't leave your house, period, at all. But you have to leave because you got to get food, right? And even still, you like encounter people. Even if you like me, I'm naturally like an introvert. So I typically don't initiate conversation. Sometimes it's very rare. I will sometimes, but not usually. But even being that way, people will like initiate conversation with you. And that's happened to me all the time, right? It happens to me all the time. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to be low key in a place like this. Would you rather end hunger or hatred? I think if you end hatred, it ends hunger. Because at the root of all this war, and I already said yesterday that world hunger is like a manifestation of war, or even a type of war. If people truly loved people, right, which would be the opposite of hatred, there would be no world hunger. Think about it. Gossip about they're gonna do it anyway. Exactly. You say which financial system was around 400 years ago? Yeah, nothing is new under the sun. Financial systems just didn't come about now. What's the next question? Would you rather be an unknown Major League Baseball player or a famous Batman star? Neither. Would you rather go without TV or junk food for the rest of your life? That's easy. I can go without TV. I don't even watch TV, to be honest. I have a TV, but I don't watch it. What I use my TV for is playing YouTube music videos and watching my DVDs that I have and watching my YouTube live premiere videos. I definitely don't watch TV though. It's uninteresting to me. And it's programming. And I be seeing through the bullshit with these TV shows they have out. You know, you just see through the bullshit. You just like, nah, you over that shit. You get bored easily. Would you rather spend the day at an amusement park or lazing on the beach? Amusement park! Duh! Speaking of which, I love Universal Studios. I used to go there all the time. I mean, I'm from Florida, so we've been to like Disney World, Universal Studios, Islands of Adventure, all of those so many times growing up. And I see a question about psychiatric hospital. Interesting. It's coming. We're getting to that. Alright, what's the next one? Would you rather be fluent in all languages or be a master of every musical instrument? Well, music is a form of language when you think about it. That's a hard one. You can reach a lot of people with music. but you can also do a lot of things being fluent in every language. Would you rather sing a song in front of complete strangers or your closest friends? I would rather sing a song in front of complete strangers. Would you rather own your own boat or your own plane? I don't really like the sea like that too much. I'd rather own my own plane. Would you rather meet the President of the United States or a movie star? You say strangers too? Yeah. You rather own your own boat? I don't need junk food right now. I just put on some weight in jail. Why did you go to jail? What were you in jail for? I'm watching your BDSM too. Send me your junk food and I will send you my TV, Anthony. You going fishing? Fishing is so boring. I've been fishing, but I think it's just a man thing. It's like something innate within y'all that just like to hunt your own food, catch your own food. I am tipsy. I have a low tolerance. It don't take much for me. Been sipping. Yeah, on my own plane. Would you rather meet the President of the United States or a movie star? Movie star. I'm not interested in meeting Biden. I don't know. It doesn't interest me. It would probably interest me like 100 years from now. Maybe, but now I feel like presidents, they're just puppets. They don't know what the hell they're doing until like after the fact, then they can reflect on it, right? Like Obama, he's just in it when he was in it, right? Kind of being puppeteered. But then I'm sure if you were to have a conversation with the Obama now versus the Obama when he was in office, it would be two different conversations. You know, it would be two different conversations. Baby mama drama. What you talking about, Anthony? Oh, you said that's why you were there, for baby mama drama. Oh, okay. Not child support. All right. Next question. Would you rather spend 2 weeks in a psychiatric hospital or stuck in an airport? I work in a psych hospital, so that's nothing. But being a psych patient, spending 2 weeks, hell no, I'd rather be stuck in a goddamn airport. Because I already know what time it is. I already know what time it is in a psych hospital. It's like going to jail. It's kind of like a death sentence. Now, some people go to jail for one time and they never go back, right? They don't get trapped in the system. But I think for many people that go to jail, it's like, yo, that shit derails your life. Fucks you up. Same thing, I think, with being committed to a psychiatric hospital. Your life will never be the same. Never be the same after that, right? So I don't think I want to be stuck in a psychiatric hospital. But it says stuck. It doesn't say committed, right? That's two different words. So being stuck in one is just like being in it, right? And you can't get out. Doesn't mean that you did something to warrant a commitment to a psych hospital. It just means that somehow got trapped in one. So that's nothing because I work in one. I think if it was under those conditions, just being stuck, yeah, I think I would choose that over being stuck in an airport. But if it means like I am being committed, hell fuck no. Hell no. Yeah, they be doping them motherfuckers up with all kind of damn toxic ass drugs. I would fight. I'll be one of those damn patients be fighting back, yo. Somebody will end up dead fucking around with me. If you had to give up one thing for the rest of your life, would it be brushing your hair or brushing your teeth? Brushing my hair, because clearly I have locks. When was the last time I combed my hair? Well, I locked my hair back in 2005, so yeah, it's been a long time since I put a comb through my hair. Or a brush for that matter. But not brushing your teeth. They say, they say that it's good to like clean your teeth with strawberries or fruit. People be doing that. Anthony, guinea pigs, exactly. The motherfuckers is some goddamn, like, nah, you ain't about to be experimenting on my damn body. Injecting all kind of shit in me. I don't agree with that. Just to make a rationale for controlling one's behavior. Fuck that shit. I'm fighting back. Would you rather spend 20 years in prison and be exonerated as innocent, or be put away for 4 years and be considered guilty forever? Hell no. Neither one. I don't know if I can answer that question. What would you say, Anthony? You got experience. 4 years? Yeah. 20, nah, y'all. 20 years? Would you rather, like, hell, 1 day is too long to be in jail, if you ask me. Would you rather own a house or rent a residence? Own a house, right? When you think about it, do you really own a house? Do you really own property in the U.S.? Hell no, because you're constantly paying taxes, right? You don't really never own it. If you always got to pay taxes on it, the government really owns it. You don't own it. You just, it's like an illusion of ownership here in the U.S. when it comes to property and real estate. It's unfortunate. They own us. We don't even own our own goddamn self. They own us. You say you don't know if you have any more time left to give them. You don't know. You should know. Would you rather be known as one-hit wonder for a novel or a song? I feel like songs, even with one-hit wonder songs, they are unforgettable. But one-hit wonder novels, I feel like people remember it, but it's a smaller audience, I would say, when it comes to one-hit wonder novel compared to a song. Music is timeless when you think about it. Not too many books are timeless, though. Would you rather take an action-packed European vacation or spend 2 weeks at the same Caribbean resort? Caribbean resort. I had to read that because I'm like, what? Action-packed European vacation. Or spend 2 weeks at the same Caribbean resort. You mean the same as in that you've visited there before? Would you rather, or are they saying like just that's the only place you get to go is just on a resort, whereas action-packed European vacation you get to explore and experience many different sites. I'm not rushed to go to fucking Europe though. I would rather go to the Caribbean resort. Would you rather, and just sneak off the resort. You ain't gotta stay there, you can sneak off. Would you rather be a character in an action-packed thriller or a romantic comedy? Romantic comedy. Well, I feel like I'm moving in slow motion, yo. I already wrote a book. Political Praise, Passion, and Politicking. Amazon Books. True, never thought about it like that. Yeah, definitely romantic comedy. Would you rather, after this, y'all, I'm gonna take myself out to eat. I'm gonna get me some really hearty food. I actually want to get me a steak. Would you rather be stuck on a train or a bus? A bus. Fuck. Most trains are underground. At least a bus. If you're stuck, you can see motherfuckers passing by and shit happen around you. But a train being underground, especially if you're on that motherfucker by yourself, that would be fucked up, right? Would you rather be a part of an arranged marriage or spend your life as a single person? It's funny because I had a conversation with a colleague. She's a nurse where I work at the hospital, and she's Indian, and she said within their culture they practice like arranged marriages, and she said she's really advocating for that shit too. She's like, yeah, my parents chose my husband, but she said being that her daughter is more Americanized, she's not sure if her daughter wants, like, she's wondering, shall I say, if her daughter will be open to arranged marriage where she choose her husband for her. I'm like, And then, like, I was telling her, you know, I'm single, never been married. And she was like, yeah, I really think that parents are better at choosing your mate than you are. And I had to think about it. I'm like, damn, imagine if my dad chose, I thought my dad chose, not my mom. My dad would be the one to choose. It's funny, though, because I introduced my ex to my dad. And I think he was letting me know, like, nah, he ain't the one. He ain't the one. I say I wouldn't let my mom choose because I think my mom just would, like, my mom would say every guy is the one. Like, if he's physically attractive. That's what my mom is. Like, if she's physically attractive, she'll like, oh yeah. Like, she'll take to him just based on looks. I know this because I've brought, like, my friends, like, guy friends around my mom, my family. And she liked all of them, pretty much. So, definitely wouldn't let her choose. My mom be getting fresh. Trying to get fresh with my boyfriends. So, next one. But, yeah, I think I would rather an arranged marriage. I think that would be exciting. Like, I wouldn't mind trying it out. Like, because I've never done it before. So, I would be open to just seeing what it's like. Being a single person. I've been single long enough. So, I think I am ready to start dating again. Like, seriously. Long term. I've been single for the past 4 years. Okay. So, you'd rather be single for the rest of your life than have someone else choose a partner for you? Alright. Would you rather babysit a crying infant for a day or have an unwanted house guest for a week? That's easy. A crying infant. Guys, if you know babies, you know, like, how to nurture them, how to stop them from crying. But to have an unwanted house guest, nah. Hell, I couldn't have an unwanted house guest for longer than 2 minutes. Or 1 minute for that matter. 30 seconds. You gotta get your ass up out of here. If I don't want you around me, I ain't faking no funk. Like, you gotta go. You're not spending the night. Hell no. I make that clear. I've dated guys who are curious to see where I live and want to come over and like, hell nah, you coming over here? I have friends that they invited me to their shit. I done been to their house, spent the night. This was like back in LA. And now that I'm in New York, want to come to my shit? Nah. Coming over this motherfucker. Hell nah. Nah, I'd rather do babysit a crying infant. That's easy. Would you rather be locked in an amusement park? Or, because all you got to do is just put your titty in your mouth. You'll be alright. Change your diaper, you know. I feel like babies are easy. That's just natural. Would you rather be locked in an amusement park or a library? Amusement park, perhaps. But then I don't know, because like if I'm there by myself, it's just, what can I do if I'm by myself? Who's gonna like operate the rides, right? I don't know. Would you rather sing like an opera star or cook like a gourmet chef? Hell yeah. That's big business right there. I mean, being an opera star also definitely make a lot of money with that, but I like to eat. Clearly. You good with kids? Yeah, kids are easy. All they want is attention. And structure and discipline and consistency. That's easy to give a person, right? Would you rather have your debt forgiven or have guaranteed good health for a decade? Well, I feel like I already have good health. So why not just have all debts forgiven? You just like rank up a whole bunch of bills and then have them all forgiven. Living rent free. Would you rather live the rest of your life as a mock or followed continuously by paparazzi? I don't know about that paparazzi shit. You said amusement park? Chef. Yeah. I feel good. I should have got two of these. I only got one. And it does have a seed in it. Right? So that means it's organic if it has a seed. Actually, I think 2 seeds. That's another one. Okay. Oh, 3. 3 seeds. Good. Or, yeah, 3 seeds. Yeah, I don't think I would rather be followed by paparazzi. Like, when you look at celebrities, right, and you be seeing how the motherfuckers be all, like, yo, they be popping up out of nowhere. You can just be minding your business. Every little thing you do, they right there with cameras in your face. Hell, I get tired of that shit. The hell out of my face. Even, I be getting tired when, like, based on how I dress, I often get it, like, draws a lot of attention. Because I like to wear, like, bright colors and stuff. Different colors. And people be coming up to me. Sometimes it's okay, but you don't want to be bothered all the time. You just like, that shit get played out. Like, leave me the hell alone. So, I don't think I can take the paparazzi continuously. You need privacy. That shit can be very annoying. Would you rather be given a lifetime supply of delicious food or books? I think that's a dead giveaway right there. Delicious food. Because I'm a writer. And I have a, like, vivid imagination, so I can write my own books. Would you rather be able to breathe underwater or fly through the air? Fly through the air, duh. In my dreams, I be flying. And it's wonderful. Like, I have dreams where I'm like taken up really fast. I ascend very fast and high into the air. And I have dreams when I'm flying too. I have the ability to fly high and low, right? At different heights. It's amazing. I love those dreams. It's just like, wow, I'm flying. And those are dreams when I don't know that I'm dreaming. It's amazing. And then you wake up and then you're like, fuck, reality sucks. Especially when you compare it to dream life. Yo, my dream life be lit, man. Like, I'm like, damn. So I look at, I mean, it's different ways we can like interpret dreams. You can look at dreams as like unfinished business, right, from the day. Things that have been kind of repressed and pushed down to your subconscious mind. And then they make their way, you know, they still, like, they are somewhere. They don't just disappear. They're there in your mind. And then they resurface either like during like your waking hours, right? Or during like your sleep. So that's one way of looking at dreams. Another way of looking at it is that from a spiritual perspective, where you are transitioning, right? You like ascend and transition through different dimensions, because that shit feels so real. Dreams are very real. I think I know what I want to get. I think I'm just going to order me a burger from this place near me. Grilled burger. Real beef burger. Yeah. I hope y'all toast up. Do you ever lucid dream? What's lucid dreaming? I've heard of that. What's lucid dreaming? Let's see. I've heard of that before. I feel like all my dreams are lucid. Oh yeah, when you're aware the dream is taking. Yeah, I thought I said that. So yeah, I have dreams where I'm not aware, and then I have dreams where I'm very much aware that I'm dreaming. And in case when like I'm naked in my dream, right? I take advantage of that when I know that I am dreaming, and when I know I'm dreaming, right? I'll like unclothe and just go out and run out in the streets, butt ass naked, and do things that I know I can't do during, you know, my waking hours. So yeah, I take advantage of those kinds of dreams, lucid dreams. Would you rather be known for your intelligence or your good looks? Both. Alright, let's see. Would you rather eat pizza or ice cream as the only food for eternity? That would be fucked up, yo. Imagine that. But if it's a certain kind of pizza, I think you can survive off of that. It's like New York. That's what New Yorkers do. A lot of New Yorkers, that's all they fucking eat is pizza. Would you rather mentally or physically never age? Physically never age. To mentally never age would mean that you would be developmentally disabled, right? Or have some kind of intellectual disability, I would say. You would always have the mental age of a child. I don't think that would be good. Would you rather change your eye color or your hair color? But then if you mentally age and you don't physically age, then you just have a little body, a baby body. It depends on when this takes effect, right? Does this take effect when you make this decision, right? Does it take effect before you're born? Or how long after you're born does this take effect? After you've reached like full adult body? That would make better sense. So we are down to like 4 more. Would you rather change your eye color or your hair color? I mean, everyone has the ability to do both when you think about it, because they make color contacts. And like, they make hair color. Clearly, I like different hair colors, so. Hair color it is. I did used to wear contacts though, like color contacts in school, like in high school. My favorite color was gray, because my dad has gray eyes naturally. So I grew up like wanting to do everything my dad did. Like, I remember elementary school, how they do like the vision test at school. So they had come around for me to take my vision test. And I was in elementary school, and I pretended like I couldn't see, yo. It was just like, and I was like answering everything wrong. And then they sent the results back to my mom and dad home, right? And then my mom and dad heard them talking about it. I was like, this girl is lying. There's nothing wrong with her vision. She's just doing that because my dad wear glasses, so I want to be like him. My dad, you know, I'm a baby's girl, so I always looked up to my dad. Speaking of which, I need to call his ass and see what is going on. I'm gonna call him tomorrow. I used to like dress up in his work clothes when I was like really very young. Like, I was like 4 years old, putting on my dad's work clothes. Yeah, putting on his shoes and his hat. Would you rather have the details of your financial life or your love life be made public? That's a hard one. I would say probably my love life, because I already shared like bits and pieces of experiences I have with guys I've dated. Yeah, I think I'll probably go with that. My financial life, I think, actually, you think about this though, financial, nothing really is hidden. Like, you can tell how much money a person has, I think, in their bank account, or how much money they earn. If you just look closely, you can tell. Sometimes you can't though, right? Looks can be deceiving. But you can tell by, let's say, where they live, like the zip code they live in, their job, their work. What do they do, right? That's like one of the first questions I ask. I would say, not like the first question, but it's something that I'm curious about when I'm screening out a potential mate. Like, what do you do? And asking the person what they do, you kind of place them in a certain tax bracket, right? Because we know, like, the salaries for different jobs are not hidden. So you know how much a given profession makes, right? Or a job makes. Asking a person what they do for a living. And also, like, seeing what zip code they live in. You can't really necessarily tell by how a person dresses. You really can't, right? That can be misleading too. But definitely based on where they live and where they work. Would you rather spend the night in an aquarium or in a botanical garden? Botanical garden, that's like sleeping outside. Granted, those botanical gardens like be feeling really fresh, smelling the different aromas of the different plants and flowers, but I think I would rather spend the night in an aquarium. Would you rather have a family of 12 children or never be able to have children at all? 12 children! With the right person. Hell, fuck yeah. I love kids. God damn it, this shit was leaking. Definitely ain't sleeping in this shit tonight. Definitely not. Botanical week or it does cover entrepreneurship. You can tell even with that. I mean, that falls under the same question, asking a person what they do. And people say, oh, I am a designer, or I, like, you can tell. Trust me. I read people, y'all. I know exactly how much money a person has in their bank account. Even if you're an entrepreneur. Oh, I know. On that note, I am going to end this video and grab me something to eat. And I will catch you guys in the next one. You say you play the lottery. Anybody's life can change overnight, but what are the chances of you winning the lottery? And the fact that you play the lottery actually puts you in a certain kind of demographic of people. Because you got people that really think that they're going to get rich off playing the lottery. Those are usually poor people, yo. I hate to say it, but those are typically poor people. But sometimes you do luck up, though, right? I'm just saying, though. I did check your profile out. Listen, I checked your profile out, Anthony. You trying to spit game at me, right? Let me put this up. Come back, and I'm going to read you real quick. If you want to be read, I'm going to read you real quick, Anthony. I feel like you asked for it. You asked for it, Anthony. So I'm about to read you. I don't know if you want this kind of read, though. I went to your page, right? Because I was curious to see who are you, given that you showed up on my live yesterday and you were really engaged. And I saw you left a comment saying, oh, because I was saying how one of my dreams is to, it's part of my vision actually, I'm going to do this, buy a brownstone in Brooklyn. And you're like, oh yeah, I'll buy you a brownstone. And this, and I'm just like, let me see. And I checked out your page, and I'm just like, nothing about your page indicates you can afford a brownstone. But I get it. You can't judge a book by its cover, right? I'm not saying that you are not capable. We're talking about likelihood, right? What is a likelihood? It's like, nah, I feel like I'm well out of your league. Sorry. I'm just out of your league. You don't measure up. Nah, but nice try though. You did say that you fresh out of jail. I find it very interesting. He says, if I didn't get locked up, we probably would have met already. Nah, you're really not my type though. I still know my odds. I can take creative. Yeah, that's a new one. Typically people say constructive criticism. You say creative criticism. I want it all from you. Ah. Look at the tickets on my page. Hold on, let me see. What y'all been talking about when I went to the restroom? Hold on. Nah, buddy. Nah. I'm not attracted to you. Like, I gotta be physically attracted to a guy for me to be interested, and you definitely have to have I gotta be smarter than you. I'm not talking about traditional education smart, right? Like, you definitely have to outsmart me. I gotta be physically attracted to you. If I'm not physically attracted to you, I'm just not physically attracted to you, right? I don't find you physically attractive. Yo, I have a profile, dating profile, and a lot of men be hitting on me, right? And like, I'll look at their profile, and so this particular dating site, it lets you know somebody looked at your profile, right? And just because I look at your profile don't mean I fucking like you. And guys be like, oh, I see you peeking, but I don't want to fucking like your ass. Like, yo, I'm not saying, I don't want to say I'm picky, but I would say I'm selective, right? I'm not attracted to just any kind of guy, you know? And this is my thing, and I gotta end this. My thing is, because if you ugly, I'm gonna tell you ugly. Like, I've dated an ugly guy. Don't get me wrong. Actually, my best friend, like, we meshed very well, right? Because we went through the struggle. This was like during the struggle phase of my life. Back when Obama had first got elected. This was like 2008, right? I met him in 2006. We have been friends like since I met him, like 2006. So we're in 2021. Like, we're talking about like 15-year friendship, but we dated, right? We were roommates, and then we kind of like, you know, one thing led to another. We became like really good friends, and we were dating. But I wasn't physically attracted to him, right? And then this is the thing, like, I have a very strong personality, very direct, yo. And as a man, your ass gotta be very like strong-willed, strong-minded, because yo, I will walk over you and you will definitely get your ego crushed, right? And so he was like one of those like pushover kind of guys. But he was like kind of thuggish too. Kind of like had like some street in him, you know, carry guns and shit like that, doing wild stuff or whatever, wild shit. But like physically unattractive. And so like when we had our disagreements and shit, and I felt like he was acting ugly, I'm like, yo, it doesn't help to be ugly on the outside and the inside, yo. I'm just saying though. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm the last person to get into a disagreement with or a fight with, because you're not going to win. You're not going to win. I'm going to win. I'm just saying though, you're not going to win. And I don't tolerate disrespect. Like, I will act like you don't exist. which you don't exist. If you disrespect me, you're dead. And yeah, I just have a certain standard. So I feel like people should date within their standard, right? Within their means. Stop trying to date people who are out of your caliber, or just like it's not a good match. You know, clean yourself up. Stop trying to seek love, and stop trying to fall in love with a person if you ain't got your shit together. You say you in a halfway house. To be honest, I'm not underestimating your ability, your potential, your power, but I have no interest in dating a man that is in the halfway house. I'm just sorry. You know, you can be a good man, but you did also speak about baby mama drama and shit like that. To me, those are red flags. I'm just being honest. That's just red. That scream red flags, right? I have a colleague, and I'm going to say this in the video, where she is attracted to men in jail. Now, you do got women that's their thing. They like men in jail. And she kind of made that proposal to me because she was dating this guy that's in jail. And she's like, oh yeah, he got a friend. Talk to his friend and shit like that, right? And I'm like, no, I'm not interested. What use can a man that's in jail be to me? I'm just saying though. What use, right? You're not here. You locked up, right? And then there tends to be a trend with men that's in jail to, be giving a woman their undivided attention. They're there. They're present, right? As long as they're in jail, but then when they get out of jail, it's just like, you don't even exist. So, nah. It just doesn't make sense to me, right? But she was just really sold on the idea. I think she got married. I got to check on my colleague, but I think she got married this month. She was like, yeah, we're getting married. He's still in jail, but he's supposed to be getting out. She just by his side, fighting with his ass. I think she met him off a dating site, which she attributes their meeting to me, right? She's like, I blame you because I'm the one who put her on to the dating site, and she met his ass. He's locked up on a dating site, right, as a lot of men are. And they be, have some access, and she bought him a phone. Like, I'm just like, that's not, me and her two different kind of people, right? She's a very smart woman. She's a psychologist. But just, you're not going to see me do that. I'm just not interested in that. But yeah, being in a halfway house, I believe you got potential, I'm the kind of person, I'm a woman, like, it's like tough love. I will push your ass, and this take my words as like words of encouragement, of love, right? I love everybody. And you can become something great if you put your heart and mind to it. Dwayne says, wow. Truth is truth. Truth is truth. But yeah, I encourage like men who have kids, because I find that to be a red flag. Where men be having kids, like, of course a lot of people got kids, especially at this age. We're in our 30s, late 30s at that. So it's like, who don't have a child, right? It's not so much that, but I need to have a understanding of clarity on, like, okay, where do you stand? Because it's a reason why, like, you're not with your baby mom. If you don't have enough insight to know why aren't you and your baby mom still together, like, what went wrong? You gotta, a lot of men, they'll kind of start the blaming game, and like, oh, she did this, and it's like, that's a turn off to me, right? That's what I mean by having intellect. Intellect alongside that comes insight and taking responsibility. That to me is attractive, right? A man being able to own his own mistakes and where he went wrong in that duo. Because it takes two to point fingers. That's elementary shit. I don't like elementary grown ass people acting like kids. You see kids do that at the playground. Oh, he did it. She, like, come on, Are we kids or are we fucking adults? Take responsibility for your role in any relationship. And start by saying, okay, I, da 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 da. Don't start with the other person, because it shows like you don't, like, as if you don't have power or, you know, autonomy over your own decisions and things that you do in life. Men don't know that. That's what I mean by, like, you gotta be alpha. You gotta be fucking smart, because I'm gonna read your ass up and down. I will bring you down to size and then toss you away. But on that note, I'll catch you guys later. Love you guys.